review anything else. So my YouTube channel is just Micah Hudson. So how do you spell my name is on my desk too. Nah, not a bandwidth here. So all of these tiles need flipped over. Obviously, the 4 ones will become -4. But then what I didn't show is what's the opposite of negative x?
X.
Positive x, right? And a -2x, if this comes up and becomes a positive x, it's going to cancel out one of those. And that's how I get to my -x. So then when I simplify down, I'm wondering, like I'm questioning, is this actually equal? So I forget who asked this, but like, guys, did you get the same thing on both sides from this?
Yeah.
-3, +2, the opposite of -2 and the opposite of x.
I got -2 and 1.
So this would be...
Positive.
I forgot
Yeah, I did.
this. I believe I forgot... No. See, this is the problem with skipping steps, guys. In here, in this step, would have been -3 + 2 + 2 and a -x. These get +1 and -x. Yeah, no, my work is right.
Yeah, it's.
If you can't tell, I have a slight confidence issue. Noah?
Is it okay if I just like did the work on the expression map?
Like, what do you mean?
Like I crossed out the ones in the opposite, and then like wrote them as their opposites on top, and then just like.
So no.
I did that to find the most simplified equation.
So
It is an equation.
from the, I mean, if you canceled out a couple things like these guys, like that's okay, but we have to get used to writing out the algebra, which we're going to practice more today. But if it says make it into an equation, we have to write things out. Okay, so like you can do some of the canceling manually, but then you still need to write things out with x's and numbers. Because I gotta see that you know like how that makes sense. All right, let's check the back. So guys, your work might look something like this. Again, I'm not trying to show it super long, so I'm not trying to encourage copying. But, well, they're wrong. Yeah, every now and then CPM's wrong. So like A is false, unless I made a mistake.
Gutierrez, please report to the main office. Mayor Gutierrez, the main office, please.
I got the same thing.
B is good, C is good, D is false.
Yeah, for D I got false.
Yeah, because it's, I believe it turns into 7/5.
Yeah, I got false. That's the same thing. I did one.
Yeah, guys, because the multiplication would happen first. This turns into -1. That definitely will not equal 34. D should be false. Hey, guess what? The people at CPM are also humans.
They're human?
Unless they're zombies.
We're robots. I just picture them as robots.
79, I went ahead and gave you a graph to put it on to try to make life easier. If you assume a 1-to-1 scale, which if you're going to use a not 1-to-1 scale, you have to show your scale, it would probably look something like this. If you don't do name the coordinates of 3 more points, you'll get a check minus because you obviously didn't read all the directions. So 79 is one where looking at the answer key doesn't give you everything. It doesn't give you anything, actually. But you gotta have 3 more points. No?
I just like labeled points that would be going on.
As long as you have their numerical labels like on the graph, yeah, you just need to show me 3 more points.
Well, I just wrote them down. I did anything wrong.
As long as those would be true, that's fine. That is what it wants. Give 3 more points that would fall on the same line. and 80. We got 60, negative 32, 3,598, and negative 6. I agree with the answers they have, so if you have a different answer, we should probably check it. Isaac?
Yeah, I must have A and B is just a giant outlier.
On A and B, I was about to say my gut would be that you messed up on A because the exponent, and my gut over here would say that you probably messed something up with this weird multiplication division setup. So we multiply the numerator before we divide by the denominator, and that's how we're going to get negative 30 minus 2, negative 32. Guys, it's impossible to do these problems without writing out any work. Like, okay, I get it. I'm not accurately using impossible. Could somebody do it? Yes. Are you likely to be able to do it without making any mistakes at 12 years of age with very little practice? No. Okay, I'll just start calling everyone 13, but then those of you who are 12 are going to be like 12. You just always want to correct me.
I am 12.
All right, if it's done, turn it in. If it's not, manage your time better. But I mean, I told you guys you can get an extension, so I don't care. But still, you should be trying to get a homework done each night. That's how you keep up to date.
That's sad because I was sick. I was sick for 2 days. I was also sick for 0. Yeah.
That's not how things work.
Mason, put it back. It's not doing great.
You're probably just getting confused.
Okay. I'm confused why you're sitting here complaining about it instead of talking about why it's not done. Can you get a problem done right now? So I need to hear less talking about the problems and more solutions, right? More solutions. So this is the day when we see if you're ready for Jenga tomorrow. Because our review at the end of our units, unless we switch games and don't want to play Jenga anymore, will be a mega Jenga game that I make that has problems from the closure assignment. So if you do the closure tonight, your team will have a leg up, which you don't have the closure yet. I didn't give it to you yet. We're doing 2-1, like we got to finish 219 today, and I forget if I have, yeah, so pull out 219. You have it from yesterday, at least I believe.
I do have.
If I didn't give it out, I guess tell me, but I think you do.
I didn't get one.
Oh, well, yes, that would be true. That would be true. Now, I want to give you like 5 or 10 minutes to try to do as much of these, as many of these, I guess if I'm going to use appropriate grammar, as many of these equations as possible. So you can use a calculator, you can use highlighters, you can underline things. Yes. You can do whatever you want. We know that all of these are equal. They're equal to each other because the double bar is in the middle. We want to simplify as far as we can. Hopefully we can get 1x by itself. But I don't know. There might be some issues where we don't get like x equals a number. So try these out. Once you get 81 done, you can do 82, and then you can do 83. You're probably gonna need more space to write stuff. That is why I said you need graph paper today. Okay? I would work every step with your team to verify, like if somebody makes a mistake, we catch it before we move too far on. I'm gonna give you at least 5 minutes. Okay? If you need help, stick up a hand and call me over. What is what? So if I was you, I'd probably have a piece of graph paper labeled with 81A and probably be doing my work there. You might be able to get away with A on your paper, but by the time you get to B and the other ones, you're probably going to run out of space. Probably going to run out of space.
Are we supposed to like change the math equation until we get to 0?
Yeah, so on your paper, write the equation represented in each diagram below. For each equation, simplify as much as possible, solving for x or y. Be sure we record our work on our paper. So like for A, if you're struggling to get started, I have x, like 1x, plus 3. And then the opposite of x and negative 1 equal to, notice what I'm saying, I don't know if we have space on our paper, like on this paper to do it, but I wanted you guys to be able to see this right in front of you, equal to x and negative 2 and, well, I guess I could go ahead and group these up right now. We could go ahead and get rid of that x and negative x. So really, on the bottom, I have the opposite of negative x. This doesn't look great, but it's okay, right? This isn't, like, I'm writing in pen, right? That's the issue. So because I'm writing in pen, I mean, I know this is the opposite of, what is this really going to become? Positive, right? When I slide it up here, it's going to really become positive x. So really, I have x plus negative 2 plus x. I could simplify that right side. So go ahead and keep going. Keep going. I also need to distribute. So this opposite, this. I'm only going to write one more step for anyone that needs it, and then I'm just going to walk around. Ignore the board if you want to do it on your own, though. If you want to do it on your own, ignore the board. Who's shushing people? You're working together. You're allowed to be talking? Who's shushing people? Get louder! Talk more! Did I say scream? No, talk to each other! Nick, do math.
Stop shushing people! I probably got it.
We get it. Because once we get this one, we can move on to the next one, or if we end up stuck, we can move on to the next one. Guys, you're not waiting after A, you're moving on to the next ones.
Wait, so I wrote out the thing for this one.
Stop shushing.
We can use our graph paper. Yeah, exactly. Mason, get up. Go get these graph paper. There it is. No, wait. Explain to me what. Because this is probably a technique that you're pretty good. Who was your teacher before you popped over to with us? Remember their name? Trevor. Okay, I know her. So explain what we're doing in here. This is a technique I haven't really seen. Okay, because we cancel, and then we really only look at.
Yeah, but then we can also simplify it. So
These are
first,
pluses. Okay.
so 2x. The second one is just 2x.
You might feel like there's a head over starters classes, potentially. I don't know if you remember what unit or what lesson you were on.
No, I think it's 2.
Oh, for the homework problem? So yeah, you were pretty much the same place. So now, and Sam, hopefully you can tag in and help Mason know how we've been writing. Now we're writing it out on our paper, which Sam needs while it's on that paper. So we can write it. Hey, okay. Let's overreact. I did it here to make your life easier. We can write it post simplification. So you already simplified it, that's fine. We still need to write out this equal to that and then show the algebra on both sides. Otherwise, we're probably going to fall on a track.
Yeah, it would be.
And guys, some days I do my work.
3, duh. Okay, yeah, 3.
Hey, bring it back. It has been 5 minutes. I'll probably give you plenty more time to do the other ones. But sometimes when I do my work, I do it on a paper like this so that whoever is absent, I can just hand this to them, right? So if anyone's absent, so if you're absent, right, like come ask me for whatever you need. So, oh, Mason, we need you to make a card too, but we'll do that later. Zach, where I am right now, what can I do? Tell me, like, give me one.
I think I'm good.
I don't think you are, but Val? Join us. We're having class up here. I asked a question to Zach, and hopefully you were listening, but I'm thinking you weren't. Violet, can you give me anything I can do? Rin?
So what we could do here,
I think it might help if I cover up my algebra mat, actually. And remember how, like, when we started doing this, we put a dotted line down the middle? You can still do that if you want. So we got left side, right side. Can I do something on the left side to clean it up? Yeah, because I have a positive x and a negative x. Those can cancel each other out. And, like, literally, they're just gone. Because they add together and they're opposites. So what's 3 plus 1? 4. So it's not funny. And all it does, I've already said this to you, all it does is make me think that your math skills are low. It's not funny to say wrong answers. Can we try to say right answers? Okay, because I've already said this to you. So this is at least a second time. I'd hope to not say it again. This is math class, not stand-up comedy. On the right side, x plus x? 2x. Yeah, and we still have that negative 2. So guys, again, and you can visualize this. You can even grab algebra tiles. I told you yesterday, if you want them, they're there. I would like you to not have to use them. But if we think about this being on the mat for 2x's and negative 2, what happens next? Isaac?
You can add 2 to both sides and solve the negative 2.
Yeah, we add 2 on both sides, but effectively when we do that, the other thing you could say, quote unquote, is bring these across and flip. So now, how I write that, hey Mason, join us up here in the right side up instead of the upside down. Is 4 plus 2 is 6 equal to?
2x.
What can I do now?
You can divide both by 2.
Divide by 2. I got it. Don't worry, Val. All right, do B. If you haven't done B, do B. If you've done B, move on to 82.
What if I've done 82?
Move on to 83.
And then move on.
That's everything from A.
Oh wait, there isn't an 84. I'm sad because then it goes on to 85 without an 84 and it makes me Oh. It might be negative. I think it's 2. Oh yeah, it might be negative 2.
No.
I think it's negative 2. Because y goes without cancel.
Magic word is
I think it's negative 2. I just negative 2 each side. So I think it's negative. Wait, is it negative?
Oh wait, no, yeah.
Wait, remove y from both sides. Okay, let's do so I'm gonna say those next I just so it's 3y plus 2, y plus 2, right? Subtract y from both sides, so it's 2y plus 2. Either way.
So 2 plus y.
Oh, well, I just did 3y plus 2. I subtracted y from both sides. Wait. Oh. I thought all of y. Okay. I subtracted all that.
No, you can do
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And then look at me. I need to do this because I thought that there was
Again?
negative.
Okay, Bradley.
Oh, 2y. Yeah, 2y.
Okay, they got it. I did not.
Let's start with x. Oh, of course. The first thing that's cool.
Look, typos happen. It's hard to proofread. All right, we're in here for like 5 more minutes. So if we, y'all are gonna be mad at me. If we push, I was about to skip B, but I shouldn't skip B. If we push this y up, what's gonna happen? Turns into a negative y. So really, so guys, I think we can make a new rule in a way. If we see a value on top and the same value, the same looking tile in the opposite space, we can clear those both out, right? Well, there you formalize the rule quicker than we did. So this one doesn't have another, so this would just become like positive y, right? So now we've got y, what would these become? They're the opposite of negative 2. So y plus 2, really, and y plus negative 2?
That's hard. Really hard to do.
Y plus 2 equals y plus negative 2?
Is that even mathematically possible?
So one idea you might be having is, what about 0, right? Sometimes 0 is that like silver bullet. That's a vampire reference. So, yeah, sorry, that's when I say things too fast. The wooden stake is vampire. Silver bullet is werewolf. Thank you for the correction. Any thoughts? Any ideas? Any, like, 0 might be your thought, but that doesn't really work. Nick?
I think it's infinite. I think y has the value of infinite.
So if we're thinking about infinity, remember that? We kind of saw that in the video yesterday with what if somebody walks up and adds one more coconut? So this is like infinity plus 2 and infinity minus 2?
Also infinity.
But no, because infinity plus 2 and infinity minus 2 would be 4 away from each other, right?
But it's still infinity.
Isaac?
You can't solve a problem for x in y.
This, guys, I could still take y off both of these mats, and then what you end up with is 2 equals negative 2. Is it true that 2 equals negative 2?
No.
This symbol, a circle with a slash through it. Now, you guys won't know this, but kind of like the no smoking sign, but you don't probably know that because Ohio has a ban on smoking. But back in the day, you would see these all over the place that would like have a cigarette in the middle of it that said, you know, no smoking back when it was up to establishments to decide. Well, most of Ohio, like restaurants and bars and places, should be no smoking. That's the law. So they shouldn't need these. But this means no solution is what that symbol means. It means literally this was a lie from the beginning. No solution means this was a lie from the get-go.
Lies. Liars.
So now, and have we all made it through 82? No.
I haven't even started this.
I'm slow.
So, you guys might be mad at me, maybe.
Perhaps.
So here's 82A. Here's 82A, right? I didn't want you on your computers because we're trying to practice writing this down. But, Bradley, what could I do? Yeah, slide things from the opposite up. and flip them, right? Slide things from the opposite up and flip. All right, so then, Adele, what could I do next? 0 pair. I think that's it. Okay. So then, I'm using cards, guys, but Colin, what do we do next?
You can take away X.
Ah, take away an X from each mat. All right, Noah?
And X squared.
Take away an X squared from each mat. Lucy?
Wait, you can't do anything else. I don't
Oh, we can. We want to get the X by itself.
Oh, wait, I think I know what to do.
Okay.
You could add... Oh, yeah. Just remove, the 2 1s and add them to, the other side. But make them negative.
Yeah, because if we added -2 to both sides, so this one comes out to be X equals -3. If you don't have it on your paper yet, go ahead and write it here. X equals -3. All right, for the sake of time, we're going to go look at C. I'll just tell you in B, what you end up with is X equals 0.
Yes, I got it right.
C. Let's look at C. Isaac, what can I do?
You can remove, well, just flip everything from the next.
Yeah, I'm going to remove the 0 first, but yeah, then slide and flip. Slide and flip. Slide and flip. Guys, I want you watching up here. You don't even need to be writing. You don't even need to be doing. So then, Bryson, what can I do?
Well, I mean, you could take 6 negative ones from the other side and change them to positives.
Yeah, I mean, and I think where you're going is get rid of these 6 negatives, which if I get rid of 6 negatives over here, I'm allowed, because we do the same thing. So yeah, exactly what you said. We could flip them and move them over, or we could just take 6 off of both. Crap, I only want those. Okay, so I took -6 off there and -6 off over here. Sam?
Add X to both sides and 0 pairs.
All right, so I like 0 pair. As soon as I see a 0 pair, I got to do the 0 pair immediately. And then if I add X to both sides.
Then 0.
It'll be 0 equals 0.
So wait, what if I added 2X to both sides and then I end up with this? What we just got is X equal to X?
Wrong.
Violet, do you know where this is going?
I have to do that for every single one.
Hey, if X is 3, is this true? If X is -7, is this true?
Yeah.
If X is 0, is this true?
Can't we just write this as the answer for every single thing that you say?
Absolutely not.
The number magic.
We could. It wouldn't be wrong.
Only...
Hudson would not be happy.
No, guys, seriously, stop talking and listen for a second. Quit making assumptions. This is only true if X equals X. The only time this happens is when something equals itself. If you end up with X equals -3, you cannot say, is this true if X is 5? No, this won't be true. The mat will fall apart. It's not true. Here, X has to be 0. This will not be true if X is anything else. But here, X can be absolutely anything. Expect these other equations in the review game tomorrow. I'm going to just wait and not... Do you want the closure today or do you just want to wait?
Yeah.
Wait.
All right, if you want it, I'll put it on the back counter. If
When
you
is it
don't
due?
want it, it's due Friday. Because then we're going to camp. Honestly, guys, I should just give this to each of you. Because we're playing the review game tomorrow, and I want you to have the chance to do this ahead of time. And otherwise, people are going to come to me tomorrow at AO and ask for this. So you might as well just take this now. What, your closures would be yellow there?
Yeah, our coach is at the farm with yellow.
Sorry.
Our team no, our team has to be
Well, they were more organized than I was. Alright then, have a wonderful day. Get out of here, peeps are waiting.
The closure that our whole math teacher would give us is like
Well, that doesn't sound fun.